Greetings and welcome to Yarnspirations. I'm Mary Beth Temple for Hooked for Life, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Mini Stripes Knit Baby Blanket. Now this is a super easy project to work on. It's made in Bernat Baby Blanket. You're going to need one ball of white or color A. I used a pale pink because I don't like to use a solid white on camera. And one ball of a B color, a contrast color. We used Pretty Girl. You're going to need size US 11 or 8mm circular knitting needles, size 40 inches or 101.5 centimeters, or size needed to obtain gauge, of course. And we're going to jump right into this pattern. We have a little chevron pattern going on here, and it's really easy to knit and knits up very quickly. So click on the link below to download the free pattern. While you're down there, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for fresh content weekly on knitting, crocheting, and other yarny stuff. Click on the link of your choice to follow us on a social media platform that you might like. And if you'd like us to see what you're working on, please use hashtag Yarnspirations. But let's jump right into this blanket. Alright, with A, we have cast on 77 stitches. Mine, of course, is a little smaller, just so I can get through a row on camera. Do not join. Working back and forth across needle in rows, proceed as follows. And this is a right side row. So it says knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then in parentheses, it says KFB, K1, all in next stitch. So KFB is an increase. That's knit front and back. So we're going to do a double increase. We're going to knit in the front of the stitch, but not push it off the left-hand needle, or vice versa if you are left-handed. Knit in the back of the stitch and not push it off the left-hand needle. That gives me 2 stitches. And then knit 1 is knitting in the front leg of the stitch again. So I have taken 1 stitch and I've turned it into 3. Now it says knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it says slip 1 knitwise, knit 2 together, PSSO. So SL1K is slip 1 knitwise. So I slip it like I'm going to knit it. So that's how I place my needle in. But as you know, when we slip stitches, we're not working them, we're just moving them from one needle to the next. So there was my stitch. I'm going to slip it knitwise. Then I'm going to knit 2 together, in which I just go through 2 stitches as if they're one. Then PSSO is pass, slipped, stitch, over. So I'm going to grab the stitch that I slipped and I'm going to pull it over the stitch I just made. Now, I like to put just a little bit of tension on the working yarn to hang on to it so it doesn't go off the edge. So there's my slip. So then you have a double decrease. Now it says repeat from asterisk to last 13 stitches. So once again, we're going to knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, KFB knit 1 in next stitch, so that's knit front, knit back, knit front, push it off, knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, slip 1 knitwise, knit 2 together, PSSO, pass, slipped, stitch, over. Now you will have some more repeats. As I said, my swatch is a little smaller, and you're going to repeat until you have 13 stitches left. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. For those last 13 stitches, we're going to knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, KFB knit 1, so knit front, knit back, knit 1, knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops, let's try that again, 6. So you can see we have our little peaks and valleys getting ready to form. That's going to be a peak. Those increases are where this work is going to point up, and that decrease is where the work is going to point down. So for the second row, we're just going to knit across, and at the end of that row we're going to break A and join B. So the second row is just knit across. Now at the end of the second row it said break A and join B. I just pull up a fold in my yarn, maybe 4 to 6 inches, 10 to 15 centimeters in from the end, and I can weave that in later. There's no reason for me to tie a knot or anything like that, particularly in a bulky yarn like this. You don't want knots, it just makes everything a little more clunky. So with B, we're going to knit 2 together, knit 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's our asterisk. So it says KFB knit 1 all in next stitch. So that's knit front, knit back, knit front again, and then push that stitch off the left hand needle, knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then slip 1 knitwise, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're going to repeat from the beginning of that asterisk until 8 stitches remain. So I have 8 stitches remaining. We're going to knit front and back and knit 1 all in the same stitch. Knit 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then knit 2 together. And then the fourth row, as the second row, is knit, so we're going to knit all the way across. Now if you look over here in the instructions, it tells us 2 things we need to know right now. One is we're going to repeat the 3rd and 4th rows, keeping the continuity of the stripe pattern until work from the beginning measures approximately 44 inches or 112 centimeters, ending with 2 rows of A, and then cast off. The other thing we know is our stripe pattern is 2A, 2B, 2A, 2B, 2A, 2B, 2A, 2B, etc. So I'm going to knit my 4th row with B, and then my next repeat of the 3rd and 4th row will be A, and the next will be B, and the next will be A, etc. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a few more rows on this swatch so you can get a closer look at the pattern. So I'll be right back with a bigger swatch. So here you see I've done a few more rows on the pattern so you could get a look up close and personal about what it looks like. You can see I'm keeping my stripe pattern consistent by changing color every other row. And you can see what I was talking about before. I've got a little chevron thing going on here. So the areas where there was an increase point up. We usually call those peaks in a chevron pattern. And the area where the double decrease is the bottom and points down. We usually call that a valley. And you can see that all my peaks are lining up on top of each other, and all my valleys are lining up on top of each other. So if you have an area where that is not lining up properly, you want to go back and give it a quick recount. So thanks so much for joining me here for the Mini Stripes Knit Baby Blanket. I'm Mary Beth Temple for Hooked for Life. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for fresh content weekly on knitting, crocheting, and other yarny stuff. Click on those links below to follow us on the social media platform of your choice. And if you'd like us to see what you're working on, please use #Yarnspirations. Thanks so much, you guys. I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.